people with liberty and justice for all.
We have somebody want to give the invocation?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
As we come before thee, our Father in heaven, we're thankful for our blessings. We're thankful for the opportunity to have a community that supports the school. We're thankful for parents and community members that have entrusted in us the opportunity to serve them. We're thankful for our teachers and our staff, and we ask that will bless them. Bless us this day with the ability to know and do those things that will enrich the lives of those we serve. These things we pray in Jesus.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Dayton. I move that we adopt the agenda as presented, or is there anything we need to move or change around?
No. I'll second.
Okay. Call for the vote. Myself, yes. Andrew? Kat?
Yes.
Yes.
Dayton? Okay. Dayton?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from October 8th, 2024 regular board meeting.
I'll second it. Call for the vote. Andrew?
Yes.
Kat?
Yes.
Dayton?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Can you go to the superintendent's report?
Yes, I know Mr. Larson will be coming any time now, but I'll go ahead, and if you guys have questions or want me to elaborate on anything, I'll try and do so. First of all, and I didn't include it in my written report, but our override election was Tuesday, and it did pass. Passed with 64%, high turnout. It looks like almost probably 750 people voted, and 494 voted yes. So it was a high turnout because it's a presidential election, I would presume, and then pretty good passage rate for our school district. So I'm thrilled that passed, but I also remember that we're going to watch our tax rates because we did discuss several times the board having the option not to levy the entire 15% at some point in the future if the tax burden seems too drastic of an increase regular taxpayers in the community. So I just wanted to say that so we're clear. But it is passed for 7 years, and it is a 15% override. So congratulations, that's good for the board and the voters. And I don't normally face you guys when I talk to you, but I will this time. I wish Eldon was here. Serving on the board, a lot of times can be a pain. It's not always a pleasant job. But we have one board member who's leaving us after December. I think we all know that's Andrew. So I appreciate his service, and I actually appreciate his perspective. And the critical questions, the critical thinking he brings to us is actually, it makes us better. And even though I'm sure we don't agree with everything, I do like talking with him and listening to what he has to say. So I want to thank him. And Julie helped me get this plaque for you. It's an appreciation of your service. Don't want to overtalk. If you don't want to give a speech, you don't have to. You don't want to give no thank you.
Thank you.
I do appreciate all of your service, but since it's not his last meeting, he should be here in December, I think. And I'm sorry, I just totally but our new board member is actually at a training right now, Lexi Nelson. Sorry, she was a student of mine at the Tubbs. So that's kind of how I remember.
Who you were talking about.
Yeah. So she will join us in January, but we do appreciate Andrew. It's hard to believe it's been 4 years that he's been on the board, but it's good. Appreciate it. And a lot of you guys have been there the whole time, too. Is that right, the date?
Sure.
I think, yeah.
You got to keep better records of it than I do.
Well, yeah. Okay, so the rest of my report, Eldon, I just mentioned the override election passed. Winter athletic season, is completed, and the fall season has completed. Winter athletic season has just started. Our volleyball team did make the state, but they didn't, they did lose there to Mogium. We had 2 buses that were delivered today to our district. So one is the small electric bus. So that's good. We're excited to get that going. It's, I believe it's 20 passenger. The charger should be installed on Friday, but until then, this charger over here would also charge it. And another bus that's on the agenda is also here. It's another smaller bus. It's actually, I miswrote this. It's a 14 passenger. The 20 passenger is the electric one. Anyway, the Halloween Carnival was last week, and that went well. It takes a lot of people to put it on, but a lot of people attend it, and the school raised about $1,300. That'll be divided among the classes, so that's good. We've been working on getting the board some information about what it would be to try and cover all the meals for all the students on all activities. And we have an approximate estimate with the help of the high school and business office here, Steve. Looks like $90,000 would be my rough estimate if we were to plan on paying. That's not just sports. That would be meals for, and we already do pay some of these, so this is all inclusive. And another thing is, if we prepared like boxed meals or something in our cafeteria, we'd be paying ourselves, so it wouldn't be a dollar for dollar cost for us. I think it would be a savings from that 90. But I think for this purpose of knowing what we're looking at, you should get the high estimate, which I believe is 90,000. And we could talk about that if you'd like.
So that means they just offer to all students no matter what? How many do you think without leaving?
We counted all the games and trips, so it's for trips only. So it'd be like the FFA going to Phoenix for something. Right now, we don't cover the first out, the meal that's first out. And as of last year, we were covering state tournaments only with a few exceptions. This year, we're looking at each request. I don't know if we want to make it a policy, if the board would like to make it a policy. I like kind of having the flexibility of looking at our budget and just trying to allocate it fairly when we think meals might be needed. But as it stands right now, it's at a state level competition and after the first meal is what we pay.
How much, I'm sure you don't have the exact number, from what we're doing now to doing it all, how much more would it be?
Steve might want to throw an estimate out, but I would say a third of that, under 30,000 would be my estimate.
Is what we're spending now?
Yeah.
I went to look it up, and it includes, the way we budget for it includes hotels, so I didn't have the time yet to go through and break that out, so I don't have a number for you. But we can, I can get that. It just
Probably 20 to 30,000 right now because of the tournaments they can cost, and that's about $15 a meal on average.
Some of the tournaments and stuff that they go to, they have fundraising for that they use for some of those meals and hotels and stuff,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. If
And
it's not a state tournament level, they try to pay for it. So
I think
20,000 even might be high. I might be high, actually.
I think even if we do move forward with something like this, they still should do their tournaments and whatever that they're choosing to go to, they should pay for those.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's more than I actually thought it might look like, but
Is it that big of an issue?
no, we don't have a lot of complaints right now.
Then why stick with number?
Right.
Even if that food is really expensive anymore, so. I remember when I was in high school, you'd get $5, and that was plenty back then. Now, like 15.
so yeah, I appreciate those comments, and like Andrew said, maybe, leaving it as is right now, or making a few exceptions.
Is it something that parents have,
I heard a complaint with a football trip, or a couple, but it was, and they were legitimate. One was, I think we just weren't prepared, to get the meal after the game, so it took a really long time. These kids weren't getting home till like 4 in the morning. I think we gotta work with our coaches to have, if they're gonna stop, to have something arranged. And then the other complaint was they went way up to, El Capitan or Fredonia without a meal this time on the football team as well. So, those are the two that I had.
Well, parents are still parents, and they need to make sure their kids, I mean, you can't depend on school for everything. I don't know. I mean, give the kids a little bit of cash, maybe the parents can kick a little bit of something in their backpack when they leave. Not trying to be mean, but good grief, parents. You created them, feed them.
So we're looking at other options, like when they go to Mare, that was the one game, maybe their food cafeteria service group can feed our guys after the game, and we could do the same for Mare when they're here, or something like that. Just takes a little bit of planning in advance. But yeah, I do appreciate those comments. I think it's a big, it would be a big cost.
that's kind of a cool idea, actually. Having a deal like that where they have something for your team and we have something for theirs.
That might be, yeah.
Not like there's a lot of places around here to
No,
grab
no.
something, so that'd be
So
good.
they have to hit Winslow on the way home,
Yeah.
and then what's open, because a lot of places close down early. So that's true. Or if we're traveling, maybe our cafeteria could do some kind of box pregame meal or something like that. That would help. So I really would like to look at those options first before we tap into money, because of those things that you guys have said, so. Okay, next bullet point, the school letter grades, another, piece of good news here I want to share. The high school, received an A, junior high a C, and the elementary a B. The district overall receives the B as the average of the three. And even though the junior high was a C, it was, if you look at the other report on the, attachment under superintendent's report, you can see our junior high students had a high C, and they did outperform several other, junior highs in our county. So, and our elementary definitely was, tops on the list that's attached. So in growth and proficiency and all the other things they like to grade when they assign these out. So, overall, that's good news. Principals were happy with those results. We definitely have more room for improvement, but, especially in a few areas, but, I think it's a healthy sign overall. And then my last note here was, some funds that we received from our insurance on the vehicles that were damaged just came in, and that was, approximately $26,000, so.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, not so one is a Sprinter and one is a larger, like, it's a smaller bus, a white bus. And yeah, you know, we don't get, and they were totaled with those, I believe.
There would have been a deductible of, taken from each one, $2,000 total. So basically, the settlement was that number plus 2,000
Okay, thank you.
for the value, I should say, not the settlement.
And someone mentioned the bomb threat that we've received. If you'd like me to just briefly discuss that, I think I sent an email or two out. It was kind of hectic that day, but I want to make sure you guys know, at least that way you could reach out if you have more questions. There was an email that was sent to a generic email at our district office. I'm actually happy that we picked it up, because it looks to me like the other people that were listed on the receiving end of the email, nobody contacted law enforcement. So I'm thinking they sent it to generic emails at all these places, and it wasn't checked the morning of until we checked ours. And then we took precautions, and law enforcement and the county, attorney, they didn't think it was credible from the start, and so they decided to keep the polling place open. Before they made that decision, we had evacuated this campus to the auditorium just as a precautionary measure and kept high school students where they were, but we did send a message out to parents. So that's pretty much the short of it. FBI is investigating it.
There were several that day all over the country.
Yeah, I think people were, or someone was trying to interfere with the elections, is what it looked like.
Was there anything that we saw that, if there was a real one, we could learn from or anything like that on this? I don't know that we need to discuss it.
Sure, yeah, we
tell the public, but
we did debrief, and I was pleasantly surprised with how we handled it. But I think we will make improvements next time. It's the first time that we've done drills where we put kids on a bus to move before, but this wasn't exactly a drill. So that was good. It was good. The principals were able to meet with me right away for a threat assessment, a risk assessment. County officials and sheriff showed up promptly, so that was good, and they were good to work with. And one thing that I've heard that we might want to discuss, and I don't know how you feel about it, but moving the election away from the old gym. Some people have mentioned that. I don't know if we have any say in it, quite frankly. The community owns half of that gym, and so they have if it doesn't interfere with school use, we're supposed to work with them to use it whenever they want. The church community was built in 1936.
It's the first time in how many years that it's been an issue?
It may help, it may help the school with override elections, the fact that it's there. I'm not saying that's fair. If we
Traditional funding for bomb threats, is there
No,
like a
no.
line item, you can check it here, like the next one?
Yeah, really.
Well, I don't think I think that was a fluke. I don't
Yeah.
think it was something that is going to be a future concern.
Up to that point, that's a very good point. Up until that time, we were the only high school in the county that had not received a bomb threat this year.
So now we're on.
At least we're on the list.
We made it.
No, that's not the list we wanted to be on, but yeah. So now we have, but that wasn't our high school, so that was actually the address to our elementary, the address to the polling place too. But beyond that, I can elaborate or give more updates on anything that you may want to hear.
Go ahead. No, I'm good. I got it. Sorry, I was late. Any other questions for Mr. Fields? Okay, so, assuming there's no call to the public, since there's no public here, brings us to consent agenda items. Items number 3A through 3G. I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda items as listed. Note that there's a purchase of 14,000 bucks in there. Like that.
A nice donation too that, I should probably have brought your attention to. Perhaps this solar group coming from outside of town. Outside, the solar panels are outside of town.
The wind group.
Oh, is that the wind group? I thought they were the,
Oh, wow.
well, one, yeah. So I don't-
Solar people, are they coming the first of the year?
Invenergy.
Yeah, that's the name of this.
Any questions or discussion needed for the
This is a yellow bus,
consent agenda?
So-
Yeah.
so you have to have a CDL driver for it?
Not necessarily, that is supposed to change. So this year, I believe our coaches could still drive it. We would like certified CDL people to drive it if we have them available. But as a last resort, I do believe this last year, someone without a CDL can drive that size of a bus. I'll have to confirm it. But, moving forward, we want to try and make sure we have certified drivers, driving all our, just for safety and risk and things of that nature, I think.
And it's a gasoline?
Yeah, it is. I guess that's popular in the smaller buses, so they don't have to find diesel fuel or something like that. Is that what they told?
Yeah, and they're a little cheaper to,
Oh, and service, to service them.
Okay, any other questions for the consent agenda items? Okay, call for the vote.
I didn't hear a second.
Yes. What,
Okay.
Dayton seconded it, sorry. Myself, yes.
Yes.
Carson?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, that brings us to action items 5A.
Okay, I got several personnel requests here. Most of them are,
This is just one thing.
Just 5A.
oh, 5A, okay, sorry.
Um,
I'll second it.
I'll make a motion that we approve the termination of employee Gerard Krebs as presented.
I'll second.
Think, got a second?
I motion that we go into executive session.
So, say that.
I motion that we go into executive session to discuss it.
Okay, we have a motion to go into executive session to discuss. We have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, so that means that we are in executive session. executive session. Presented,
I'll second it.
call for the vote. Carson?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Okay, that brings us to 5B, personnel requests. I'll make a motion that we approve the personnel request as presented.
I'll second it.
Any discussion needed?
Karsten, that was your second?
Yes.
It doesn't matter, but one of these appointments, I was asked to make an appointment so they could start early, and the sub never did start early, so it actually could have, and not been a ratification. I guess it's listed as an appointment. Okay, so, yeah.
Okay, call for the vote.
Yes.
Andrew, Kat?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's sign some. And then it's off, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's